Good morning, my friends. Like she said, we are from Ensemble Connect at Carnegie Hall, and today we have a lovely concert for you full of really great music, and we're going to explore musical teamwork. And we're going to chat a bit throughout the show, but I thought that we would start with some music. How does that sound?
That's some pretty cool music, right? I just want to see a show of hands. How many people felt like they could hear a story as that music was going on? Yeah, it's because it is a story. That's awesome. This is actually called West Side Story. It's a musical written by an American composer, Leonard Bernstein, and West Side Story takes place right here in New York City. I highly recommend you go check it out, and because the music's so good, we're going to return to this piece at the very end, but a different number from the musical. We're so happy to get to spend time with you guys today. We are going to be exploring the concept of teamwork because as a group of 5 people playing very different instruments, we have to figure out how to make them work together. And that takes some doing and some listening, and each of the pieces that we get to play together requires very different things of us. And funnily enough, I have a feeling you guys are also experts in teamwork already in some ways. Can I have you raise your hand if you've ever sung in a choir with other people? Anyone sung in a choir before? Okay, nice, hands down. What if you've played in orchestra or band at school? Nice, okay. What about if you've been in a team like a sports team? Okay, lots of sports, athletics, nice. And what about in your school classroom? Have you done any group projects, Teamwork, nice. Okay, hands down, awesome. So think about all these different places you've been in groups. You've probably had to play a slightly different role in each setting, right? You're not doing the exact same thing. You might have to collaborate with people in a slightly different way. And it's the same thing with us. And we're going to be exploring many different pieces and how our instruments sometimes are one voice that's important. Sometimes we work together and pass things around. We're going to get to all that in just a second. But first, we're going to introduce our instruments and each member of our team. I am Isabelle. I started violin when I was 7 years old, and I grew up in the Midwest. And I love that the violin is often a very bright sound, and I love playing music that is very soulful and singing usually, but this piece I'm going to play for you is actually very dance-like.
Good morning again. My name is Ryan, and I grew up really far away from here in a state called Montana. And I play this instrument, the horn, or the French horn. I prefer horn. And this is the only metal instrument up here. It's made out of brass. And typically my role in a team, like if I'm playing in an orchestra, is mostly a supportive role. I sit in the back of the orchestra and I play a lot of long notes. But one of my favorite things about playing this instrument is the sound. And so when we get really beautiful melodies, it's some of my favorite moments. And so I'm going to play a little bit of a really beautiful melody that I like. And yeah, just listen to the way that the horn sounds. And that's why I started playing this instrument, was the sound.
Hi, my name is Marty, and I'm from outside of Chicago. I'm from the Midwest like Isabelle. And I play the bassoon, and I've been playing it since I was 11. And part of the reason I picked the bassoon was because it has a very specific sound, a little bit like Ryan's horn. Wind instruments, the instruments you blow through on this side of our ensemble, frequently play a role where they sound specific in the orchestra. They have weird or interesting sounds, and that's why they're there, to make it more colorful. And bassoon can also be the lowest person in any given group. So with our group here, I tend to be the bass. I tend to play low notes that sound like a boat. But my favorite thing to do with the bassoon is show off. So I like to play really flashy stuff, and because the bassoon can also be the star of the show sometimes, I think the sound is really cool as well. It reminds me of crunchy peanut butter. So see what you think.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Chelsea. I also grew up in the Midwest, and I've been playing the piano since I was 4 years old. Who here plays piano? Who else? Show of hands. Oh, yeah. Nice. Team piano. What I love about the piano, especially in a musical team like this, is that I'm kind of like the glue. It can play the melody, it can also play harmonies, it can play so many different notes at one time. It can also hold notes with the pedal and sustain forever, basically, until the sound dies. And so it's a really amazing instrument. And I'm gonna play a song that I was listening to on the train ride coming here.
Good morning, guys. My name is Ramón, and I'm from Venezuela in South America. And I play the viola. As you can see, the viola is very similar to the violin. It's just a little bit lower. We're in between the violin and the lower sounds. And we normally take charge of harmonies and rhythm and tempo and stuff like that. But today I have a nice melody that I would like to share with you. Thank you. And this melody is part of our next activity, okay, our next song. We're going to be playing for you guys a slow tango called Oblivion by an Argentinian composer called Astor Piazzolla, okay? And in this song, we're going to focus on trying to listen to the melody that I just played and balance the volume, okay? These are things that we do as musicians, but today we want your help figuring it out, okay? So pay attention, really listen to the way we play, and make sure if you cannot listen to the melody, what can we do, okay? So let's find some ideas. So we're gonna start, we're all very well-trained musicians from Carnegie Hall, so we're gonna play very loud, our biggest sound, like if in a conversation we're all speaking really loudly at the same time, okay? And let's see what happens. I don't think it's gonna be good, but let's see, okay? So, who could listen to the melody that I was playing? Yeah, no, not many people, right? I couldn't hear myself. So, anybody has any suggestion in how can we balance the sound? Like who can play softer or louder or, yeah, any suggestion? Raise your hand if you have to speak loudly. No suggestion? Yes, I speak loud, okay? Oh, wow. He said we could use retardando. Retardando is a tempo thing, though, like getting it slower or faster. We're talking about getting louder or softer. So how can we make that? Okay, over time, who becomes piano, sorry? Speak loud. All the instruments become piano. Okay, I like that, over time. So we start a little bit more, and then over time we all become piano. And then I'm gonna add the melody stays a bit louder, because Alright, thank you. that's how we balance our group. Okay, we come to rehearsal, we all play our best, and then sometimes you have to listen. Sometimes you don't have to play as loud as you think. Okay? And especially in this piece, the melody is the most important thing, and then the rest of us, we accompany, we support that melody. Okay? So this is for you. We're going to now play the entire piece, and we all get to share the melody. This is Oblivion by Astor Piazzolla. I hope you enjoy it.
Awesome. Thank you for being such great listeners. So now we're going to move on to a different piece of music that is going to have the same kind of concept of how everybody gets a chance to have their like spotlight moment, but it's going to be a little bit trickier, and we're going to do a fun game with you all. Are you willing to try it with us? Yes? Okay, so I'm going to play the main melody that I want you guys to get in your ears for this next piece. I'm going to play it 2 times for you, okay? Here's the first time. Here's the second time. So what you just heard is going to be played by all 5 of us at some point during this next piece, but sometimes it'll happen really quickly. It'll be like a sudden change to a different instrument. And we wanted to play this game where you all can try to point exactly at whoever's playing the melody. Think you can do that? Yes. Okay, let's try it. good pointing. Amazing. Okay, so I have a question for you all. When you were pointing at whoever was having the melody and whoever was passing the melody around, how might that relate to your teamwork, things that you do in other parts of your daily life? Oh, we have a couple of, responses. Lisa, do you want to pick up something? Can you speak loudly and tell us how it might relate to any of your teamwork that you do outside of these? Exactly, it's not just one person doing it, it's everybody doing it. Amazing. Yeah. What might the melody be similar to in like a sports team? Yeah. That's exactly right. It's like passing the ball to somebody else. Exactly. So the melody that we play is just like a ball in any, like volleyball, soccer, football, basketball, any of these balls. And the goal is to pass the ball around and hopefully score a goal in sports. But our goal as a musical team is to play really well and be really happy with our final product. Amazing. So we're going to play this piece fully for you all now. And feel free to keep your detective ears on and like keep pointing at whoever's playing the melody. Sometimes it might get tricky. It might be multiple people playing the melody at the same time. So take on the challenge. Amazing pointing. I could tell you were all really listening. That was amazing. And then at one point, all five of us were playing exactly the same thing at the same time, and I saw a lot of people going like this, like all of you guys. That was awesome. Good job.
Yeah, I was so impressed by how strong of detective ears you all have. So we're going to move on to the next piece of music in our show. And if you'll remember back when we put on your remembering hats, 2 songs ago when we played Oblivion, in that piece there was one melody, and at any point one person was playing the melody, and when that person was playing the melody, everyone else had to play quieter to support that melody. And then in that last piece that we just played, the Schumann Piano Quintet, each person was individually very important at very close times, and so it was kind of jumping all over the place. And so each of those required a very different kind of teamwork. We're going to kind of flip that on its head and look at another application of musical teamwork. This next piece of music, all of us have very different parts, but when we play it together, it really sounds beautiful, and we all have this equal importance. This piece is a string quartet by a New York City composer whose name is Philip Glass, who is still alive and still composing music right here in New York. And a string quartet usually has 4 strings, but we are extra special, and we have 5 of us, and most of us don't even play a string instrument. But we love this music, and we wanted to play it anyway. And what I love about this piece of music is that it's all about the harmony, or the way that the notes stack on top of each other. And when all of us are doing these different things, it creates really beautiful harmonies, or a really beautiful sound world is what I call it. And so since we're going to be listening to this, I want to learn the harmony with all of you. I saw a few of you raise your hands at the beginning when Isabelle asked if anyone sings in a choir, so I'm going to test you on that. We're going to sing. We're going to split the room in half, and each half of the room is going to learn part of the harmony, and we'll see what it sounds like together. So can I split the room like right down the middle? Like if you are on this side, you're on Team Ryan, and if you're on this side of the room, you're on Team Marty. So each of us, we're going to learn our harmony and see what it sounds like when we sing it together. So Team Ryan, we have 3 notes, 3 pitches, and so we're going to use 3 syllables. And the composer's name, Philip Glass, conveniently has 3 syllables. So can everyone say Philip Glass? Philip Glass. Excellent. Okay, let's learn this. I'm going to sing it once, and then I'm going to ask Team Ryan to join me in singing it. So it's going to sound like this. Philip Glass. All right, Team Ryan, let's try it. Philip Glass. I think we can do that like twice as loud. Let's try again. Philip Glass. Nice job, Team Ryan.
Oh, that was pretty good, but I think Team Marty, we can probably be louder than that, yeah? All right. So we have a different part, and our part, I'll demonstrate, goes like this. Philip Glass. So everyone, let's try that with me. Ready? Philip Glass. Yes.
I don't know, Team Ryan, we've got some competition. We'll see what that sounds like when we put it together. And when we put it together, then we have harmony. So we're going to demonstrate once on stage so you can really hear what it sounds like, and then we're all going to try it together. So let's put on our listening ears. Glass. All right, my friends, let's try it. Wow, we've got some strong singers in here. Let's see what happens if we mess with something called the dynamics. So dynamics is the volume. So Team Ryan, let's try it where we're going to sing really, really, really loudly. And Team Marty, you're going to sing very quietly. Let's see what it sounds like. Here we go, Team Ryan. Nice. Okay, let's swap it. So Team Ryan, we're going to sing super quietly. And Team Marty, it's your time to shine.
We don't have the mics, so we're going to have to compensate.
Let's try it.
Ready? Yes,
Wow.
thank you.
We've got some really strong singers in here. So for me, I think my favorite version of that is when we sing kind of equally, because we can actually hear both of the harmonies. And that's kind of the way that it shows up in the string quartet. So let's try it one more time, and let's all do it at a medium volume so we can really hear the other side. So Team Ryan, make sure you can hear Team Marty. And Team Marty, make sure you can hear Team Ryan. Let's try it. Beautiful singing.
Okay.
So that harmony that we just learned underpins the entire Philip Glass string quartet that you're about to hear. This music is really simple but very beautiful at the same time. And for me, it always evokes really strong mental imagery. Like I can always imagine things. For me, this always makes me think of a lake next to the town that I grew up in Montana, where everything is calm and peaceful and serene. So as you listen to this music, I'm curious if any of you will have any cool mental images or places that this brings you or things that it reminds you of. So keep that in mind as we play the Philip Glass string quartet. So did that music make anyone picture anything? Like, could you see a mental image in your head or make you imagine something? A beach? Yeah, because it's like calm or something like that. Someone else have like a mental image that you thought of? A sunset. Oh, that's really beautiful. Let's have like one more. A water what? A waterfall? Oh, a water tower falling. Oh no. In a peaceful way? Yes. All right, my friends.
So, this next piece is not going to sound like a water tower falling at the beach during a sunset, but it is going to sound like a dance, because this is another song from West Side Story. Remember the piece at the beginning with the police whistle? So that's one piece from West Side Story, and this is another scene where everyone's going to one school gym to have a dance together. And it kind of ties together everything we've been talking about throughout this whole program. So remember, Ramón talked about accompaniments and melodies in Oblivion. Chelsea talked about Schumann and how the melody can be passed around from person to person. Ryan talked about in Glass just now how lots of things can stack up on top of each other and be really important at the same time. So Leonard Bernstein, who is a composer also from New York, used all of these things in the Mambo. So let's hear the main theme, maybe with everyone. And there's going to be a shout in the middle, so don't be too surprised. I hear some extraneous mambos happening. Very good. So when we play the whole piece, it sounds like New York City. It's this jumble of ideas that's all organized into really lively music. So we're gonna ask for a volunteer to explore together with us how these parts sound. And we'd like someone to come up and take the remote that Mr. Ryan's holding, and you're going to use that remote to mute and unmute different players to see what differences it makes in the group sound. So each person plays a different function, and you'll be able to tell by turning people's sounds off and turning them on again. So I'll demonstrate really quickly. Lisa, pick them up. All right.
What's your name? Aiden? Nice to meet you. Aiden's going to join our team.
Fantastic, thank you, Aiden. All right, if you can stand in the middle, and we'll be ready for you in 1 second. Lovely job. Thank you, Aiden. All right, so Aiden let us hear all the different parts that we've got. Also, Aiden likes to turn the bassoon off. So let's explore the whole piece. We're gonna do the whole thing. And remember how we shouted Mambo? Well, you guys have been such good listeners, and you're all part of our team now. So we'd like you to shout Mambo with us whenever it happens. You're gonna know. You ready? Let's go.
You've been such a great audience, and you've been such great team members. So if you have any questions about music or about what we played or about us or anything else, we'd love to hear. And make sure to speak loudly, otherwise we will not be able to hear you. Okay. Yes.
What is it made of? What is your instrument?
Oh, what is my instrument made of? So this is a bassoon. It's made of wood, but it's also made of metal. So Ryan said he was the only metal instrument up there, and his is the only instrument that's only made of metal. But I've got some metal too. Anyone else? Right here. How long have we been playing together as a group? How long have we each practiced our instrument? Yeah, so I've been playing since I was 11, and now I'm 26. So, yeah, 15 years. It's a long time.
I've been practicing for 13 years.
I've been practicing a really, really, really long time.
Yeah, I've been practicing for 22 years.
Wow. I've been practicing for 19 years, and we've been practicing together since about a year ago in this specific group. Aw, how long have we been friends? Well, we got to start our program almost 2 years ago, so almost 2 years. In the purple.
Yes.
Anything slow? Can we play anything slow?
Oh.
I don't think so.
I'm not sure we know that song. I'm sorry. Right there in the gray.
Red?
Oh, you. What's the size of my instrument?
Oh,
What's inside? Oh, that's a great question. So the inside of a violin and a viola are actually empty. We have these things called F holes. You can see it's shaped like an F. And when we pull our bow or pluck on the strings, there's vibrations inside the instrument and they come out through the F holes, and that's the sound that travels out to you guys. If the violin wasn't empty, I don't think we would hear very much because it would just get stopped because the sound is just vibration. Good question. Maybe just one more question in the red. Yeah. Try louder. What made us start our instruments? That's a great question. I started playing violin because I really liked singing, but my parents are both pianists, so I was around music since before I was even born. So it's kind of just natural for me.
Yeah, it started because there was a school really near my home, and I had friends that were going there. So we were doing sports and playing together while doing music, and at the end I loved the viola, so I stayed.
Well, I don't have any siblings, so when I was really young, I was bored all the time and had nothing else better to do, and we just happened to have a keyboard at home, and so I just started teaching myself how to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and then that's it.
For me, my older brother started in middle school band, and we were kind of competitive, and so I wanted to do it better. So I joined band too.
And I just really like listening to music, so I wanted to make other people who liked it happy by playing music for them. I'm like Chelsea, I'm an only child. So I got to play bassoon because I wanted to be part of a team. I didn't have any siblings to be part of a team with me except for at school. And now, you know, it's succeeded because I get to be part of a team with all of these folks whom I love very much. And you guys, if you do music, you're going to be part of a team too. And I'm really happy that you guys get to do that because it's such a wonderful thing to do, to communicate, to talk with other people, and to really just connect. So thank you so much for spending this morning with us, and you know, for being such a good audience, for being such good team members, and we hope you have a wonderful